Ecoflow, luckily, has the solution. And what I love about Ecoflow, there's no stinky gas. There's no turning it on like a lawnmower. And right now, we're offering you a great sale price. Ecoflow has saved the day at my house several times. Let's get started. This is what I love. It is lightweight. It is easy to use. It's basically like that big, powerful battery that's going to pack a huge punch of power. You're bringing it home today for $859.98. 5 easy payments today of $172, and shipping and handling is free. But listen, add just about $100 to that price. Bring home the solar panels today. That brings your price up to $969.98. 5 easy payments of $194. Free shipping and handling. But I love those solar panels because they fold up flat. But this allows you to utilize the power of the sun to power up your Ecoflow when you need power the most. It's E327958. Ecoflow is QVC's #1 power brand, customer top rated. It is simple, it is easy to use, and to tell us all about it is my friend Craig Smith, who is here in the flesh. Welcome, my friend. You're also getting the trolley. I didn't even mention the trolley. Look at that. It's smooth, it's easy. Ding, ding, ding with the trolley. Okay. Craig, welcome, my friend.
Your sing-alongs too today. I like it. It's gonna be a fun hour.
This show has everything.
It does.
Yes.
Yes. So right now, by the way, there's 24,000 electric customers in the state of North Carolina that do not have power.
Oh my gosh.
17,000 in Texas. It's all over the place. You don't know when it's going to happen,
right,
but it does happen because the thunderstorm happens or the hurricane. We just entered hurricane season, by the way. It's here. I know everybody lives along the Gulf Coast, all my friends there. Yeah, don't bring that one back again. The blizzards in the Northeast, the tornadoes, it doesn't matter where you live. The possibility of your power going out, it could be something serious like a big storm, Chelsea, or it could be something as simple as a neighbor's cutting a tree and a branch drops 6 houses down the road. Is it out for 10 minutes? Is it 10 hours? Or is it 10 days without power? This is a way for you to generate power in your home. It will power 99% of the appliances you have. There is no gas, there is no oil, there is no pull start, there is no maintenance. There's no need to put it outside. You can have this on your kitchen countertop, making your coffee, running your refrigerator, doing so many things that you want to do.
Well, let's take a little tour, because that's what I love most. Because back in the day, we had a power generator that you started like a lawnmower. It had to go outside. It smelled bad. It was one of those things where I was like, it's not even worth using because it's so difficult to even start. Ecoflow has a better way. Let's talk about like when you first bring it home, open it up. How do you even get started?
Nice and simple. So basically, we'll tour this one because we have the fan, the light, the coffee maker, the blender,
and the router.
All kinds of stuff plugged into that one. So I'll start on this one in front of me here. When you first turn it on, you're at about 30% charge. I'll just give you a tour of this Ecoflow Delta 3. Starts right here with the screen. This is one of the things I love that Ecoflow does. LCD screen, nice and clear. You know exactly what's going on. Unlike a lot of those fuel gauge things that show you like 5 dots or 4 dots.
Right.
I got 3 dots. What does that mean? I don't know. You'll get an actual percentage of how much power you have left. Also, the input and the output, what's going into your Ecoflow, what's going out. As we scroll down, I like to call these all the tech ports that we have.
Right.
So a total of 15 different ports on this unit right here. You have 4 traditional USB, including 2 fast charges. These are going to be great for your phones, for your tablets, for your laptops, and they include the USB-C. This is the latest technology. So if your current phone or tablet not using USB-C, I promise you, your next one is, because that's where all the technology is. And here's the power button that turns the whole unit on. Right down there, you see that flashing? That lets us know the unit is on. You can turn on the different sections right here. So as soon as I press that button, all of these USBs are active. Now, as I spin it around, 6 USB ports plus 6 AC ports on the back. So this is where all the things you're going to plug in will go, including 2 of them that are going to be the 3-prong. So a lot of things that pull a lot more power use a 3-prong outlet, like your refrigerator, like the coffee maker we have over there. So 6 and 6, that's 12. Then we have a couple other ports here, a small little 3-amp port, got a pair of those. That's for some smaller electronics. We also have the 12-volt, as I pop open this little plug right here, that seals up. That's another port for you. So a total of 15 different ports. And when you recharge your Ecoflow, all the recharging ports are going to go up here. And there's 3 different ways that you can recharge this unit. With an AC plug that we include, 0 to 80% in an hour, fully charged in an hour and a half. And this little orange port here is going to work for whether you want to plug this into your 12 volt in your car, or if you go with the solar power option, which, by the way, overwhelmingly people go with that solar panel. The solar panel is going to plug into this little orange port here as well. So 3 different ways to recharge the unit. It holds a charge for up to a year. So I recommend you get it home, you charge it up, put it at 100%, stick it in your closet until you actually need it. And we got a cool video to show you all the other great features of this unit.
Let's take a look at that video.
This thing is power packed. Again, we talked about that LCD screen, nice and simple. You know exactly what's going on. You see right there, a little bit going out, what's going in. We have the ventilation fans on the side as well, keeping the unit cool. It runs up to 1,800 watts at a time, but there's actually an X-Boost technology built in. So if you do have a larger appliance, by the way, refrigerators, easy enough to handle, but something that's big and generates a lot of heat, need a little extra boost, this is going to work. Just went over all 15 of those different ports. So this is great for not just when the power goes out, but also out and about in the summertime fun. So if you're a camper, you're an RVer, you like to go to the mountains, go to the beach, go to the lake, wherever, and then when you're back at home, you lose the power, boom, start plugging things in, and the Ecoflow will fire it up. There's the 3 ways to charge. You use the solar panel, which again is an option, but I recommend you go with it. There's that fast charge technology, 0 to 80%. And when you wake up in the morning, this thing has enough power. You've lost power overnight. Put your Ecoflow on the kitchen counter. This can make 66 cups of coffee. That's how much juice we have in here.
How many you need in the morning?
Yeah, I think you'll get by with just a couple of them, but enough power for 66 cups of coffee. Powers the blender, powers the Wi-Fi router, powers the fan. Again, 99% of the stuff that you have in your house, Chelsea, this thing's going to work on.
Well, and Craig, that's what I love, is like when the power goes off and you have that feeling of like, well, we don't know when it's going to come back on.
That's right.
This is like it's never happened. You're still getting that cup of joe in the morning. You're plugging in your wireless router, which is so smart. In the terrible case of an emergency, you want to have that connection to the outside world. You want to be able to connect to your Wi-Fi. This is the way to do it. I love that it shows you not only how much battery is left, but how many hours remain as well. So like you said, there's no guesswork. There's no like, okay, well, 4 dots means how many hours?
4 dots means I have no idea, but you know exactly. Now, by the way, I like the fact they're grabbing that closed shot there. We just made a cup of coffee. You see how that jumped up to 1,500 watts going out of the machine? The reason for that, we just finished making the cup of the coffee. You may be able to hear a little bit of a rumble. That's this Keurig coffee maker heating up the water again. So anything that pulls heat is going to generate a lot of wattage of power needs. So things like your hair dryer, this is strong enough to power that. Simple stuff like the light, like the blender, sure, that's going to work, but you can watch this number right here. It's right about 1,400 watts. And as soon as that water is done heating up on this Keurig coffee maker, that number is going to drop substantially. And this graphic on the left-hand side shows you what will this run.
Look.
This will run your refrigerator for over a day. An electric kettle, that pulls a lot of heat. An induction cooker, a lot of heat over 2 hours. We already talked about the coffee maker. How about a microwave? For 54 minutes, and it's also going to be able to plug in a lot of other things that are necessary. Maybe you have that small fridge by your bedside because you have to cool medication, or maybe you have formula for the baby. How about a CPAP machine? It's going to work for that as well. We had this as a Today's Special Value last weekend. We got so many calls from people for those type of things of saying, hey, I have to have my oxygen pump device in order to be able to sleep at night. It works for that. The CPAP machine, so many different needs we have around the house. 99% of them can be powered off of this unit right here.
And isn't that incredible? Because when you lose power, it's not just like the heartache of losing everything in your deep freeze or your refrigerator. We rely on power for those necessities, like cooling our medication or keeping our CPAP machine running. This gives you the peace of mind. I want to remind everyone, By adding in that solar panel for just that additional, what is it, $110, $100 more, you are getting the capability to harness the power of the sun. If you purchase this separately, I think it's like...
It's over $400.
It's over $400. That's what I was going to say.
Over $400 get the solar panel separately.
And I love that it folds flat when it's not in use as well. So listen, if you get the Ecoflow, you're getting the power station, the car charging cable, the AC charging cable, then you're also getting that trolley. Add in that solar panel for that additional $100. That means it's going to be $969.98, 5 easy payments of $194. You also, if you're a Q card holder, are eligible for 9-month special financing. I split up those payments for you. They would be just around $95 a month. But Craig, having that peace of mind that if the power goes out, and where I live, I think my neighborhood loses power for fun. I'm like, it's not even storming, the power goes off.
It's not fun for you, is it?
Well, and our neighbors next door have like a whole home generator, which I know costs like $20,000 to install. It's also loud, but I always know the power goes off because I hear it first.
That thing fires right up. By the way, you get those, they're installed to the house. They cost well over $10,000. If you move, you're not taking that thing with you. And also with the gas generators that you talked about, a lot of those, they require oil, they require gas, they require the pull start. This doesn't require any of that. This is safe to use inside of your home. There's zero maintenance. All you have to do is charge it up. And I have a personal story with one of those gas generators. Hurricane Sandy hit the North Jersey shore, hit a lot of the New York area several years ago. I have family up in that area. My sister-in-law and my 2 nieces, they have one of the gas generators. They lost power. They pushed the gas generator out into the driveway. Thankfully, they had gas, and they fired it up. Within a couple of minutes, what they didn't realize is they had some of their windows open. That storm hit, it was very hot and muggy. The fumes actually went inside of the house, and within a couple minutes, their CO2 alarms went off. Thankfully, they had them with the battery backup, but they were like, wait a second, what's going on? I don't smell anything. You don't smell anything with CO2.
Oh my gosh.
But those fumes were blowing back in. They had to shut down the generator. They had to get out of the house. The fire department showed up, all of that chaos. You're not going to have any of that with Ecoflow. Again, put this on your kitchen counter. It weighs 35 pounds, easy enough to pick up and move around. If that's too heavy for you, that's why we're including the trolley. And it sits right there on the trolley. This collapses, goes in your closet when you're not using it, and then you need to roll it out. Just pop that up, and boom, you're off and running. And now you have your Ecoflow power. Where do you want to take it?
Yes.
Anywhere in the house you want to go with this nice, cool trolley that we have right here.
I'm so glad you said that, Craig, because that's what I think is so cool about Ecoflow. When our power went, so it was last July, because my niece Vivian was visiting, we lost power for 3 days at our house. I had an Ecoflow. We were going like we would do 1 hour on the fridge. Then we would go and take it to another place in the house. And that's what I love, that it's so easy to transport. That trolley makes it easy to even take it upstairs as well.
Yeah, you talk about the fridge. A lot of people think, oh, I got to run the fridge nonstop. You don't, because actually open that fridge up, because we have an extension cord here, and think about all the stuff that you have inside of your fridge. So this refrigerator is turned off right now. You know, the drinks, they're not all that expensive. My kids would tell me, yeah, we need the chocolate for the chocolate milk and the hot fudge sundaes. No, you really don't, but some of those things you really do need, like the medicine that you may have, we talked about earlier, like maybe that formula for the children, the newborn babies. All those things you may have in your freezer. This is going to plug right back into the Ecoflow, and it's going to power up that refrigerator. So now you can actually cool this for about an hour, unplug it for a couple of hours, because everything is insulated. What did you just spend on your last grocery bill? Did you pick up a lot of Rostelli steaks? Did you pick up the crab cakes? Did you pick up all that good stuff and put it in the freezer or that deep freezer in the basement? After a few hours, you could lose all of that. And you said you were without power for 3 days?
Yeah.
Without powering the refrigerator. Get the trash bucket there, because you're throwing all of that stuff away.
All away. You know, it's interesting, because my mom and my stepdad are in Tennessee, where I grew up. They just recently got a whole bunch of Rostelli sent to them by their favorite daughter named Chelsea. And my mom said, well, I'm just hoping we don't lose power. I said, Mom, you need Ecoflow, because that's the thing. Ecoflow gives you that portable power where you need it the most. It really is like a giant battery. This is the battery for your house. I heard we have a customer question.
Okay.
Someone said, Craig, what do we do if it's actually cloudy? Will the solar panel still work if it's cloudy?
Yes, so just to give you a heads up, the way you recharge the Ecoflow, 3 different ways. One is to plug it into your electrical outlet. One is to plug it into the 12 volt in your car. The third is if you pick up the solar panel If it's a full, bright, sunny day, it'll charge within 3.5 hours.
Wow.
You have some overcast skies, obviously that's going to affect the charge time, but I say still put it out there. It has this nice long cable here, so you could put this out on the deck, and then you're actually going to plug this, as you see as I unravel all of this that we have right here. It's actually got himself, yeah, it's like a, you know, one of those.
It's
like
a
little,
long one.
One of those little card trick things that we see the magicians do, and this would plug into the back right here. So again, cloudy day, it's going to take longer. And wherever you are, it's going to fluctuate a bit, but it could charge as quickly as 3.5 hours, just simply plugging it in, face this towards the sun.